Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and are making some really good trades. Let's dive in right into the analysis here on the SPY. So, another green day on the SPY, pushing up higher here. So, again, I'm still holding that SPYU trade, continuing to push higher. And now we need to be a little bit careful, though, because we are inside of this wave three. The four hour cycle has broken, so we're clearly seeing that we're going to get some more upside here in the short term, but it doesn't mean that it's guaranteed, right? We could always fail, and we only end up getting three waves up, and it could turn into a disaster where we ultimately get another leg lower, right? And right now, we got the USD JPY pair going down once again. We got the Nikkei down just a little bit. I think it was only 45 basis points, so it's not too much. But still, this is definitely putting pressure on the markets. It broke the low, I think, yesterday, bounced back, but now, it's rolling over again. So my best guess is you're going to most likely get a waterfall sell-off at one point. I expect the pair USD JPY to go all the way down to 129, and this could also fall in line with the DXY collapsing down and ending up in the 98 area, or maybe even possibly lower, right? I can give you guys some lower targets later on, but that's very possible. So don't ever discount things, thinking that you're smarter than the market. You're like, oh, so just because I have level here doesn't mean oh, it's a guaranteed reversal, I'm going all in here. No, not at all. This can continue to go down and break my level and continue to push even lower, right? So just know that. Just put that in your head and imprint it, because I can always be wrong, and I'm never 100% right. So essentially, I'm leaning more bullish than bearish, though, even though I'm very aware of the bearish case where we could technically start breaking down at any moment and reverse into this target area. Although this target area may be raised, so from an ABC like this, we could actually end up going not as deep. We wouldn't get as deep of a correction. We would probably end up near the somewhere near the 534 level. So that's where this may end if it were to pull back down, right? We had lots of talks about filling these gaps here. It never happened. So maybe this is the moment on Friday where it retraces all the way back down, fills the gap, and then Friday next week we take off, or we just continue to pump into the Fed pivot, which I think the Fed pivot will be very bullish, right? And it's going to cause a lot of people to FOMO panic into the market, but ultimately will fail later on as we complete all these counts here, right? All these counts will end complete, and then we will get a big correction in this market. Okay, so let's continue on. Let's take a look at a few indicators here. So just take a look at Market Cipher. So Market Cipher is looking bullish on the SPY. You got momentum coming back, green dot confirmation today. The futures just printed a new candle, and now you're getting more upside with better dual band strength index numbers as well. 16 and -5, and 5,600 on the SPY, and then 15 basis points on the Dow Jones, 14 on the S&P. NASDAQ is 19 basis points. So let's be patient, sit on our hands, and wait for this to play out. Ooh, we're about to break are we going to break to some new lows as I'm making my video here? We'll have to see. Let's take a look at some individual names, as we always do. So we'll start off with Apple. So Apple, I continue to hold my short position around the highs here. So very comfortable for me. I don't really have much to worry. They would have to pump all the way back up and stop me out, and I'm fine with getting stopped out. I let the market stop me out and prove me wrong, right? Perfect. Now let's head over to NVIDIA. We'll take a look at NVIDIA. Oh, my chair's stuck. NVIDIA all the way down here. It's actually up today, 1.91%. So for me, NVIDIA, I think that we are kind of either in this B wave crash correction up in a corrective move, and then we're going to start to roll over, once again back towards the downside. Now you could have multiple targets here. So from this ABC correction, your next target area should be right around 92. So Now that you kind of have a B wave going on, you have a target for the 92 area. But I wouldn't be surprised if you were to dip down lower and head all the way down to like 75 or $80, right? I know it may seem like pipe dreams now because we're so elevated, and you know that's most people wouldn't agree with me at all, especially after moves like today in the market. But you never know what the market has in store for you, and don't ever get too arrogant and think that you're smarter than the market, because the market will humble you for sure. And let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla actually was only up 74 basis points today. Not too much of a move. I think Tesla needs to go higher into this target area before it becomes another short position for me. So as for now, I have no trade setups that are good for Tesla, and this area has been invalidated. We can get rid of it, and it's really just chopping about now. Let's take a look at Meta. So Meta also should be headed down lower. This one may take a lot of time and work to get there. Google, similar situation. Obviously, nothing goes down in a straight lines, guys. You got to correct these moves down with bounces. So now you're getting a strong bounce here on Google. Is it going to continue up? Are we heading to new all-time highs? Is the low in? We'll have to see, right? Because if we start breaking down on these charts and we start to roll over, then ultimately, obviously these stocks aren't going to hold up if the indices are rolling down right now. It's probably going to be a broad market sell-off. Don't know what the news is going to be. You need a catalyst. You need a news event to drive this market lower. Is it going to be the reverse carry trade again that's going to take over? What is it going to be? All right, let me take a look at some other names that we always cover. Let's take a look at TLT. So TLT kind of getting this pullback here. It is to be expected. I think I was looking for a bounce back up in wave 4. It was starting to look like we were going to get it. Now that the dollar is dropping again, the yields are pushing lower. And I mean, this really can continue to just melt down if it wants, in a big Y leg, which is to be expected, right? So we really want to see this happen. And if it does play out, then boom, this is going to be the money making event. This is where I would cash out my longs on the bonds. And again, I've been long since April, and we've just been holding it. So it's very easy trade. It's very low volatility, low risk trade, because it's just these bonds, they move slow, right? And I mean, this was the chart setup, and it was 1-2s, 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 and then big breakout. And I mean, I was charting this for a very long time. I had multiple people leave some comments too, like criticizing, this is not going to play out. This is not going to work at all. I mean, it's been clearly working, right? So the strategy works, and now we should probably have either another impulse up to finish this fifth wave, and then you'll be done this count and this count and this count, and then you'll finish this one, right? This fifth wave will be done. Then you'll move on to the next third wave, and this one will be done, and then a bigger pullback, and another fifth wave. So you're gonna finish up a lot of counts if this wraps up here just like that. But yeah, let's take a look at some other ones here. So I think that we already talked about the dollar. Let's talk about oil. Oil getting a nice little bounce here. I think oil is going to be in some sort of a corrective move here. I think it needs to go a little bit higher. It could chop around these levels here a little bit more. Could even do possibly maybe even a flat. If it does a flat, I'll be very interested to buy this dip maybe around $65 if it were to play out like a flat, because I think we were going to get a surge higher after. Surge higher, maybe back to 73, maybe a Fed pivot, and then a collapse back down afterwards on oil. But maybe it can even surge even higher. But like who knows, right? I'm not gonna try and bottom tick the oil market right now. We got really good trade setups, and we're just playing the charts. We're just taking our time, nice and easy. Gold's headed to new all-time highs, pushing higher. We got silver pushing higher as well. I mean, that's what happens when the dollar breaks down, man. That's what you get. You just get commodities starting to run, and oil is recovering because of that. It is definitely helping oil. You got natural gas pushing higher. Let me take a look. What else can we cover tonight? I'll do a separate video for GME, GameStop. I'll do a separate video. I don't think it did anything. Did it Did it move much in the after hours? I don't really think so. Yeah, it's just kind of flat, so nothing really happened here. VIX got crushed, so the VIX getting crushed here. It'll find a low eventually, and it'll be ready to reverse higher, but I think it needs a little bit more downside. Maybe tagging this trend line back at 15, so we could get maybe one more update in the market, and then a big reversal can happen. But ultimately, I already showed you the SPY chart. That's my chart this is what I expect to happen. We either top out here, now or never, or we continue to push higher and start mooning into Fed pivot and continue to push higher after the Fed pivot, possibly to even SPY 600. Sorry, that could be the target. It could be very easy money here, but again, there's lots of risk as well of a potential breakdown. Okay, so hopefully this was an informative video. I don't have any other charts to look at. Nothing I really want to look at personally. I'm mostly on the sidelines right now. Have a few trades going. Some are in the money, some are out of the money, but I'm just gonna let them work. And hopefully we have an action-packed Friday close to wrap up this week. And hopefully we have a good day. Good week next week too on CPI. So have a good night, guys. See you tomorrow morning.